To the Neil Haley Show and also Authors Corner Spotlight podcast with our host, Frank Fiore. Frank, how are you? And you're liking this, right? This live thing's a different thing. We decided just to do it based on a book launch. She said, you know what? It's better video quality. Let's keep doing it. And it's a lot of
Yeah,
fun, isn't it?
it is. I've learned a lot about using podcasts to promote yourself, and you're correct. It gets the word out, it gets it out quick, and you can save it and repost it on social media. So it gives you the content. So yeah, it's a wonderful device.
It's a wonderful device, and it's wonderful, especially when you're backing up podcasts and you have your team taking care of everything. And then you have 5 hours of programming a week and you can keep knocking things out. But I may be going crazy as I used to spend 17 hours a day on Clubhouse when Clubhouse was really hot. But my guest today is author Tommy Burke. Tommy, thanks for stopping by. And, it's really awesome when you write books, right? It feels like when you finish it and promote it, it feels like something, nothing like it, right, Tommy?
Yeah, actually, the writing the promoting's the tough stuff. It's writing was the easy,
And how many books have you written, Tommy?
just one.
This one. This is the first. So, okay,
Yeah.
Frank, I'm going to let you hit him. Frank has written how many books, Frank?
Oh, at least a dozen.
A dozen. So go ahead and ask a question to Tommy.
Well, Tommy, I see this one about near death. Is that the book you wrote about?
Yeah, not just sunglasses and autographs. It's about the film business and cancer and Parkinson's.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the film business, let's talk about the film business first. I love the film business. So you kind of connected. It's a memoir almost, right, Tommy? Would you
Yeah, it
say?
is.
Yeah. So it's got to feel, it was really redemptive in a lot of ways, going ahead and just writing it all down and reliving it again, even though it was such powerful pain you went through
Yeah,
this
but I
process.
also, since I'm retired now, I pull no punches about the film business. I call people out. I get pretty nitty gritty.
Go ahead, Frank.
What yeah, 30 years of film and television production. Um, can you have any what are you known for, or what are some of your big things, big shows or TV series?
I left Chicago PD because I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. But I was the pilot of Desperate Housewives on CSI Miami, Mermaids,
Boy, that's
stuff.
impressive. That's really impressive. So when did the how long did you know that you had Parkinson's, and when did it really started to take effect on your ability to do your work?
Well, it's the fifth year, or the fourth year I was diagnosed with it. I worked in the fifth year. I mean, Chicago PD, they work out midnight January outside. So I was telling my a doctor, I said to him, we do 17-hour days, 15-hour days in the cold. He said, why are you doing that without Parkinson's? I finally, because cancer, quick leap back, is I was working a 70-hour week doing chemo at midnight, getting up to a 14-hour day the next day, and kept going through the whole show. So I figured this was I got to take it easy now. So I wrote a book to write a book.
And you would never had time when you were producing, right? And doing all this stuff and directing.
I was the first AD. I do the real work. Producers do nothing.
Okay, you're the director, assistant director. So, producers do nothing. So the director. So, but putting. Go.
I'm first assistant director. I'm the foreman of the set. I call things. I schedule things. I make it happen.
And that's stressful, right? Do you think that led a little bit to your Parkinson's?
Oh, I think my cancer. And the cancer begot the Parkinson's.
That's quite a challenge to you to write that book and what have you. And so the book is pretty much a bio. Is that what you're saying?
It's about it talks about the film is a lot behind the doors. It's funny. I've got a dark sense of humor, so it's not all just poor me. I really have some wicked sense of humor.
Well, you have to, right? Dealing with actors, it's not easy, is it? I've had celebrity clients, and they're the hardest to deal with.
You don't know that, but
well, tell me something that was not in the book. Tell me a story that wasn't in the book about dealing with a difficult actor without giving a name.
The only I'll go with the name now. It's a long time ago. And I was working over the Spinal Tap video for music, and I was a second AD back then, and I hired Sher was on set. So I was a kid. I reheated his food in the microwave. He screamed at me in front of the whole set saying, "Don't reheat my food. I don't want airplane food." I mean,
Oh, wow. Yeah. No,
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Continue. I know we'll edit that. Go ahead.
I can't come to mind any other things. Read the book's good. I talk about actors that are great. That's a good thing. I talk about actors are great. I break down the set, who the people are. I talk about pre-production. I talk about everything. I talk about when you have cancer, how to go into a hospital, and how to handle a PET scan.
How are you doing with cancer now? Is it in remission?
Yeah, it's the Parkinson's the tough part.
And then have you reached out to Michael J. Fox at all? And do you know Michael J?
I said I haven't said anything. I'm still trying to get my book out. I always say I miss a little facetious, but if I sell 10,000 books and don't make $1, I'm happy with that.
So you're waiting to get it to go. How's been the feedback since your release?
I have 70 positive reviews on Amazon.
Fantastic. And so your goal's 10,000 sales, as you said, that's the goal.
Yeah, I'm facetious. I said I want 10,000. The money's not the big thing. It's getting the message out because I tell people never give up. Parkinson's, a lot of people don't know this. It's exercise. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. I've had it for 6 years, probably a lot before that I was diagnosed. It's exercise, just exercise, getting out there. I do a shuffle on the beach. I do a cardio. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, with your film experience, then yeah, you could create uh you could create films and whatever to get the word out on Alzheimer's, right? That's what you
No,
plan?
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a game plan? I know you have a great publicist, but do you have a game plan of how you're going to get it out to the world? Because I think that's your mission now to let
No, I know. My policy is helping. That's the big thing.
and just getting it out there. But it's such a great story, and that getting organizations. I want to share this definitely to a lot of the Parkinson organizations on Facebook. This interview, it's such a powerful thing, and the ultimate goal is awareness. It sounds like.
Yes, it's getting Parkinson's people to exercise. I put somewhat spin on Parkinson's, cancer. I tell about the film business. I'll say, get off your ass, try stinks. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. I was in Vermont a long time ago. It's in the book, and I did color commentary on a wrestling match.
Did you? Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay. What wrestling match?
it was so long ago. It was like 35 years ago. But I also did a film in Pittsburgh,
Oh, which film?
My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Was that Romero?
No, it's a remake of the original one.
Okay. No, I want to know about who you don't remember who you announced in 35 years ago, what promotion it was. Was it
Oh
WWE?
God, Killer Kowalski was there. It was his wrestling. It was so small. It was like a ring in an auditorium. It was God bless him. It was like double A wrestling. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
that's what I was part of. And I'm back as I'm making my comeback into professional wrestling. And yeah, I know I'm going back after, years to going probably wrestling in front of 50 people in about 3 months. And then my documentary I'm working on right now. Love to coordinate with you of my team as we're putting out this documentary. We're going to be on Indiegogo starting next week for my comeback at 51 into the professional wrestling business. And it's going to be interesting. We're going to interview a lot of the guys I wrestled back in the 90s and who knows where it's going to go. And I'm also working on a film right now that's almost the ink signed and deal to do the Road Warriors film. So I got luckily involved based on who I meet on a podcast. I keep telling Frank, it's so powerful. People look to sell books that you can do anything you want when you create a podcast because you build relationships that can move your life in so many ways. And if it wasn't for me 15 years ago, when I was a teacher, to start on WRCT 88.3 FM in Pittsburgh, Carnegie Mellon Station Live, a radio show that syndicated 150 plus stations and now do all these different things, I wouldn't be where I am today. because wrestling definitely didn't pay the bills when I retired in '99 in Bremen, Germany. So it's just such interesting stuff. I'm just impressed with your, and I can't wait to read the book. Where's the best a place people can go and purchase your book? Where can they go, Tommy?
TommyBurke.com.
All right. We appreciate it, Tommy. Thanks again. And go to frankfiore.com to learn more about Frank, Paul Hall's author.com and neilhaley.com. That was a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and Author's Corner Spotlight podcast, guys. Take care.